Welcome to the best Commander podcast in the world.
We're doing another edition of Budget Bombs.
I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
I'm your host, Beezy, and that makes us the Nitpicking Nerds. And we're doing this new thing where we do Budget Bombs again.
We're doing this new thing where we do the same thing for the third week in a row.
Yeah, this is a podcast, so you can find us on Google Play, Spotify, and iTunes, and also YouTube. And you should subscribe no matter which one of those four things you're doing before we get started.
Yep, and today we're doing instants and sorceries.
That's a 2-for-1.
That is a
Most of these are 2-for-1s.
That's not true.
A handful of these are 2-for-1s.
Some of a couple of these are 2-for-1s.
Cards under $1.
Cards under $1. That's what a budget bomb is.
It sounds like Budget Bomb would win the game, but no. It's actually any card under $1.
It's only kind of that's what a budget bomb
Yeah,
is.
obviously. So let's just jump into it.
So start with the counter spells. There's a bunch of counter spells are not expensive.
No.
There's a lot under $1. Like cancel is a playable card if you really need it.
Counterspells are 1-for-1s, so usually you don't want to play a ton of them.
Yeah, but if you're gonna play one, the first one you start with, if you're going for a cheap budget, is counterspell.
It's just been printed so many times that you can find it for like 50 cents.
Yeah, if you know anybody who's been playing Magic a long time, I'm sure they have a billion in their basement.
They just give you one.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
So Counterspell is free.
It's pretty much a free card. Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that Dovin's Veto is also under $1 because that card's really good.
Yeah, Dovin's Veto is really good. It costs blue and white counter target. It's a negate counter target non-creature spell.
But it can't be countered.
It can't be countered, which is strong.
Stronger than negate, which is one of the blue counter non-creature spell.
Also good. There's again, like I said, things like cancel just under $1. I mean, if you really can't find a counter spell, put a cancel. Like it's not that bad.
Sure. The best counter spells get your card back, or cost 1 mana, or cost 0 mana.
Yeah.
Swan Song, Arcane Denial, Mystic Confluence.
Those ones are a little more expensive.
Pact of Negation, Force of Will, Mana Drain.
Yeah. Force of Negation.
Yeah, even Force of Negation. But we're not playing those cards. We're playing budget ones. Doing budget cards this time. Card draw is the next category. Category. I don't know. Card advantage.
They're kind of little categories.
I don't know. We just grouped them in a way, so it makes sense because they were in no order.
These are not all card advantage cards.
I don't believe you.
They're not.
They're all give you cards, and then they give you advantage.
That's not what card advantage is.
I don't care. Let's just read the first one.
The first one is Brainstorm, which...
So people might not know what Brainstorm is.
Brainstorm, it costs 1 blue mana. It's an instant. Draw 3 cards, then put 2 from your hand on top of your library. This is good for looking at a lot of cards.
It sees a lot of cards. I wouldn't play it unless you have ways to shuffle your library, or your commander cares about the top card of your library.
Yep.
Miracles, like an Amanatu deck would care about this.
Yep. Or maybe if you're playing like 2 or 3 miracles in your deck, if you should have some ways to shuffle your library. Mostly.
Terramorphic Expanse, Evolving Wilds, Ash Barrens.
Those are budget bombs.
We'll get to those. We'll get to them.
Next, Compulsive Research. This is a sorcery for 2 and a blue. Draw 3 cards. Then, if you discard, you can discard a land, or you have to discard 2 cards.
Well, how very gracefully that card is worded.
It's probably worded a little.
Draw
better.
3, discard 2, unless you discard a land.
It's not.
That's exactly how it's worded.
I don't think
it doesn't really roll off the tongue as well as what you said, though.
Yeah, obviously. What I said was amazing.
Yeah, this card's fine. Bread and butter. It's just filler. Every deck needs 1 or 2 of these filler card draw
It's
spells.
not even necessarily
and
filler.
it's better than divination.
If you care about cards in your graveyard, this is better than filler.
Yeah.
This is just a good card in a lot of decks.
Well, draw 3, discard 2 isn't very good.
It's fine like a Tassiger deck where you want to fill your graveyard. And again, you're on a budget.
Sure, yeah,
so,
definitely. Full of Ideas is one of my favorite cards in mono blue because it's 5 and a blue for a sorcery. Hold on. Draw a card for each island you control.
This is card advantage for sure.
This
a
card
huge amount of
is
card
ridiculous card advantage. It doesn't look like it, but it's insane.
It's a mono blue card.
As soon as you start casting it, the game's just over.
If you're leaving mono blue, I'd stay away from this card. But if you're in mono blue,
well, I don't know. I'd still play it in like a blue-red deck where you just want to fetch the deck that wants to fetch up steam vents over and over and over.
Yes.
I think I would still play it. Like your Niv Mizzet deck. I think if it was that deck, but Niv Mizzet wasn't so many reds, you could still play it.
Maybe some decks, but not.
Stick to mono blue.
Stick it in mono blue. That's where it's good.
Or some tribal island deck where you only play islands. Like obviously, if you're playing Esper, but every land in your deck is an island, I would still play this.
How about the next one?
Frantic Search.
This card's insane.
This card is bananas. This card is so ridiculously good.
There's a
It's 2 and a
reason-
blue for an instant. Draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Untap 3 lands.
So it costs nothing. Sometimes it
Can cost a negative with, let's say, we'll throw High Tide on here. High Tide is 1 blue instant that until end of turn all islands produce an extra blue.
Or if you have, how about a budget bomb that helps you out? Goblin Electromancer.
Yeah.
Because it makes it cost 1 less, then it's a ritual for 1 mana.
Now you just added 1 mana for free.
Budget
and you draw 2, discard 2. Any deck that wants to fill its graveyard, care about drawing cards for cheap mana, storm decks, anything. This is such a budget storm card. It's so good.
It's so good. It's good in so many decks. Like even card selection in certain decks.
Yeah, if you just want to see a lot of cards.
Yeah, like you're just looking for certain pieces and you're not playing a lot of tutors because they're expensive.
This card's
way to find 'em.
really good. Yeah, I can't. It doesn't. Maybe it doesn't look good at first glance, but I promise you, it's ridiculous.
The card isn't. I mean, there's a reason it's banned in Legacy, right?
Banned in Legacy.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Every deck would just play 1,000,000.
It's just silly. It's just a silly card.
Yeah, card is very silly.
Ooh,
Factor
one of my
Fiction.
favorites.
Factor Fiction is one of the best card draw spells you can get your hands on.
3 and a blue for an instant. Does it target a player? I think it does. Target opponent. No, wait, you separate cards into. Your target opponent separates cards into 2 piles.
Just cards. They just separate
Oh,
cards.
the top 5. You reveal the
You
top.
reveal top 5 cards of your library, and opponent separates them into 2 piles. You pick one.
Yep,
It goes in your hand. The other one goes in your graveyard.
This card's one fills up graveyards. A lot of these cards.
The fact that the cards don't go to the bottom is so good.
No.
Because if you have a Snapcaster Mage or a card with flashback, it doesn't matter where they put it. It goes in your hand, basically.
Yeah, they end up putting it.
It's the old gifts ungiven, past in flames trick.
The illusion of choice.
The illusion of choice. You can pick cards that just don't end up mattering.
Yeah, there's a ton of those. Then I mean, besides anything, you get to pick. That's what makes this card good. Even though the opponents make piles, you get to pick. Don't get confused. Do not play. I believe it's Steam Augury.
Don't play the cards that flip it. They flip the roles where you separate and they choose. No. They separate, you choose. They could separate wrong. They could be nice and give you 5-0 if you're trying to answer a threat or something. Make them pick the piles. Because this card is just as cheap as Steam Augury, but Steam Augury sucks.
Steam Augury is horrible. It's absolutely like play both of them for a little bit and then see how much better this one is.
The best version of the other way around is Epiphany at the Drown Yard. Because you can just look at so many cards where it doesn't matter. But outside of that, don't do anything like that.
What's Epiphany of the Drown Yard?
It's X and a blue. And you reveal X plus 1 cards. And then they separate. So you can hit like 8 cards. Like, well, then now I'm just drawing a billion. So,
Well, that's a little different.
yeah, that's different. I said it was different. Thirst for Knowledge, just like Compulsive Research, but it's an instant. 2 and a blue for an instant, obviously. Draw 3, then you discard 2 unless you discard an artifact this time.
You said obviously, but it could have been a sorcery. We're doing instants and sorceries right here.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
Because
Check the
compulsive research is a sorcery.
Check the tapes.
Thirst for
This
knowledge.
is better in artifact decks. Not every deck wants to draw 3, discard 2. So I would tend to play it in decks with artifacts.
Yeah, if you have a high concentration of artifacts, throwing one away is probably fine.
Blue-white artifacts, blue-white artifacts. I don't know. There's probably decks out there that want this.
Blue loves artifacts.
Mono blue.
Mono blue.
Mono blue
artifacts.
doesn't care. You
Arkham-
just want to see cards.
Arkham Daxam's a good commander.
Yeah.
I imagine that, what's her name, is probably pretty good as a commander.
I don't know what her name is.
Lady of Loesch. Lady of Loesch.
Emery?
Emery.
Emery is an insane card.
It's
That
got-
card is making waves in like all formats.
It's got to be in the same commander, too.
Oh yeah, that card's gonna be good in Historic, and it's gonna be good in Pioneer too.
That card is just good. It's just
I was
very,
looking.
very good.
You know that Jeskai Ascendancy combo
Yeah.
in Modern. It's gonna be in Pioneer too, with Emery.
Oh!
Yay.
What do you get back?
Well, you can at least use Mox Amber.
Oh, yep, that's fair. 2 Mox Ambers and you can
Okay,
go.
we might do some Pioneer stuff later, but Deep Analysis. I love this card. It's 3 and a blue for sorcery. Draw 2, and then it has flashback for 1 blue and 3 life.
Life is irrelevant on this card.
The second you have any card that reduces this spell by 1 mana, I'm playing it every time.
Ugh.
It's so good. If you can pay 2 and a blue, draw 2, and then 1 blue, draw 2, it's really great. The 3 life is negligible. If you mill this incidentally with Factor Fiction or Frantic Search or whatever, it's cheaper. It's still in your graveyard. It gains you cards just by existing.
We put it there with one of our other cards. Frantic Search, Thirst for Knowledge.
Yeah, you can put it there. You don't have the time to
Compulsive
spend
Research.
4 on this. Spend 2 on it, and you get a card advantage.
Yeah, I mean, if any discard comes up, this is a great card to discard.
If you discard it and then flash it back, that's drawing 3 cards, right? Drawing 2 cards?
I love my opponents make me discard, and I have any flashback spell, I just go, oh, you idiot!
Yeah, we do that. That is true.
This has got to be like, oh, got him.
All right, now some of these couple cantrippy type effects. We have Grisly Salvage, which is green-black for an instant. Look at the top 5. You can reveal a creature or land, put it into your hand, the rest go into your graveyard. So this is really good at filling up the graveyard. It's an instant, so it's not going to gum up your curve.
BZ loves this card.
I like this card a lot.
Is this card going to go in your Pioneer deck?
No. I think we'll talk about that later.
I just was thinking about
Talk about it later. Well, maybe we'll do the next podcast on Pioneer or whatever. Impulse, 1 in a blue. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. 1 in your hand, rest on the bottom.
I mean, that's simple.
This card's fine. If you're looking for filler, if you're trying to see a lot of cards, this is just about the most cards you can see for 2 mana.
Yeah, don't play Anticipate, find this. This is cheap. So just,
yeah, much better than Anticipate.
I mean, strictly better.
Yeah, you're practically guaranteed to hit a land drop. If that's what, if you need a land drop, fire this off on turn 2. You're gonna find it.
I love strictly better.
You're guaranteed. You know what? Nitpicking Nerds guarantee. If you missing your 3rd land drop and you play Impulse and you don't hit a land, then you're an idiot. I was gonna say we'll send you something, but that's not something I want to keep track of.
How could they ever keep track of that? How could they prove it to us?
Exactly. It's just better if I call you guys idiots.
Yeah, idiots.
All right, you can read the next couple.
Faithless Looting, 1 red. Cost red, draw 2, discard 2.
Sorcery.
Yep. Or as flashback for 2 in a red. Card is banned in Modern.
Officially banned in Modern because should have been banned in Modern a year ago. Card is nonsense.
Card is very good. It fuels your graveyard, and being able to flashback is what really
because it makes up for the fact that it's card disadvantage.
It is card
disadvantage. You're losing a card to draw 2, discard 2. But just like Frantic Search, the advantage is I untap 3 lands, or now I can do it again later
whenever you need to,
or I don't have to even cast the first half. It can just go to my graveyard, and then I'll randomly get to draw 2, discard 2.
This also costing 1 red is really good. Why? Is there
just fits right in.
It's so weird. It's like other than. There's a blue card that does the same thing that doesn't have flashback. Careful Study. There's not another card really even like this that we don't just have 1 red, draw 2, discard 2. Why? That doesn't exist. But
nope.
So the best version of it also has a super other upside.
Yeah, super crazy upside.
It's weird.
They went from 0 to 100.
Yeah, it really is a 0 to 100.
You guys get Tormenting Voice? Well, how about Faithless Looting? All right. Okay. Next.
Treasure Cruise. This costs 7 and a blue.
Well, that's a lot of mana. Let's read the rest of the card, please.
It has Delve. Draw 3 cards.
Delve means
that you can exile cards from your graveyard to pay generic mana on the card.
So the ceiling is it only costs 1 mana. Floor is it costs 8 mana.
I mean,
if you're going through your cards, if you're playing cards like Frantic Search, Compulsive Research, Thirst for Knowledge, this is going to cost 2 mana. 1 mana.
Factor Fiction?
Easily. Fetch lands, budget or non-budget. Seriously, this card is very, very good. Any deck that wants to filter through, storm off, get card advantage, I would play this.
I mean, I would play this a lot. This is just so many decks want this card. It's
the sister card of this is Dig Through Time $1, or is it more than $1?
It's over $1.
It's over $1. But Dig Through Time, that's something else you can consider, but not on this podcast.
It is over $1.
We don't even talk about it. We spit on you, Dig Through Time. We only buy budget cards. We only play budget bombs.
That's not even true at all. None of our decks are budget at all.
Not even remotely.
Not budget by this standard.
We're trying to help people out by offering budget solutions that these are cards we play with mostly. They're all insane.
Yeah, most of these cards I have in a deck or two. Cathartic Reunion. Be careful with. Okay, disclaimer: be very careful when using this card. 1 in a red. As an additional cost to cast this card, discard 2 cards. Draw 3. Be very careful. If this card gets countered, you already discarded.
You are 3 for 1.
Yes. Be very careful when casting this card.
Yeah, but it's really good. It filters through. Discard cards like Anger and Faithless Looting and all your flashback cards. Mm-hmm. Good, very good card filtering because it's 2 mana to pitch to and then look at 3 more.
I like it in mono red decks a lot because mono red can draw well.
Black red Reanimator decks.
That's
really good with Angie, Falcon Wrath. Specifically, just randomly.
I don't like calling her Angie. It's just not a good fantasy name.
No, it's not.
Here comes the evil vampire, Angie.
This makes me think of Angie's List, those old commercials. Well, I'm picturing that girl.
What was that Angie's List for? Was it where
services?
I think so. Yeah,
it was a Craigslist, but for jobs like lawn mowing and
people
babysitting.
You're right.
Yeah. Official sponsor of the show, Angie's List, which I don't think exists anymore.
Probably doesn't.
If it doesn't, it's definitely now the official sponsor. Because they can't even do anything to us.
Chemister's Insight. This costs 3 and a blue for an instant. Draw 2 cards. Has Jumpstart. I almost forgot the name of that ability.
They're all the same.
So you can recast it by discarding a card and keep paying its cost.
I love this card. When it goes to the graveyard, it's still a spell. It still nets you a card. It's going to net you 3 cards overall if you cast it, and then it's an instant. It fills in all your holes if you just have nothing to do. You didn't counter a spell. Oh, cast Chemister's Insight and feel great about yourself. Really good card.
Fills in all your holes.
It does.
It's a great card. Who doesn't want that?
I don't know who wouldn't want that.
Whispering Madness. This is a cheaper windfall. It costs 2 black, blue for a windfall, which is each player discards their hand. Each player draws equal to the highest amount among players that were discarded that way.
Yep.
And it also has, what is that?
As a 1% bonus, it has the ability Cipher, which lets you encode this card on a creature. And when that creature deals combat damage to a player, still with me, you can now cast the Whispering Madness again. So you can do it twice in a turn if somebody doesn't have blocker.
That was one of those very much fail abilities.
Just swing and a miss, because they all had to be overcosted, so they didn't ruin the game. And then I think one of them even still saw play because all it did was untap permanents.
Yeah, they were.
Ugh, it was the worst.
Yeah, that was bad. They didn't do that right.
No. 3 and a black. Target player discards a card. Oh, I can't wait to play it. It looks so interesting. Oh, 4 and a black. Target player loses 3 life. Wow, the gears are turning.
I mean, if those cards were cheap, they'd be insane.
If it was 1 mana target player, it was bumping the night, but it had Cipher.
Oh, wow, that card is actually the most. Think of how insane that actually is. Like turn 1 Goblin Guide, turn 2 of these.
Oh.
It's over. It's literally over.
That's what 16 damage.
That's
on turn 2.
So
it's 3, 6, 9, 12, and then 2 from Goblin Guide, so 16.
Yeah, okay. That would be fair. We just invented the insane card.
Well, Cipher seems like one of those mechanics they would bring back in Modern Horizons 2. Where they would actually try to push it a little bit.
They should. I would like
That'd
to
be
see.
cool.
I would
one in a blue draw card with Cipher. Is that crazy?
Seems really good. That's no way that card sucks for limited. But this is a Commander podcast. We're getting so off topic.
We're talking about limited. We're talking about Pioneer. We're talking about Modern. We're talking about Legacy.
Back to this. Next one, Commune with Lava. This card is awesome.
This card's the real deal.
If you're in mono red, absolutely 100% get this card in your deck.
This is a BZ Galaxy Brain Discovery.
This card is X red.
Instant.
It is an instant. That does matter on this card. Exile the top X cards of your library. You may play them until the end of your next turn.
Not the end of your turn, till the end of the turn after the turn you cast this.
Yes, which is so important and what makes this card actually good. You can put all your mana into this card and then untap and use whatever you got.
Here's a common scenarios I've seen with me and Joe. We both play this card in our mono red decks, where turn 5, I need a land. X3, play a land, and then next turn I'll play both the spells off of it. Mm-hmm. Or, I hit 2 lands. Play a land, next turn, play the spell off it, play a land. Draw 3 cards. Or, now I've got a bunch of mana, but I have no cards in my hand. X equals 16, whatever. Now I'm going to play just as many things as I possibly can because I have 1 million mana and nothing to do with it. End of turn, do it for 4. Just draw a couple cards. This card is so versatile. It's so good. Don't play light up the stage. If your deck's playing light up the stage and not this, switch them.
I'm not against light up the stage.
No, but this is better than light up the stage.
I 100% agree.
Right, so I'm saying if you're only playing one, either play both or just play Commune with Lava.
Yeah. It's light up the stage. When it goes out of standard, it'll probably be $100. So get them then.
Yeah, pick them up after they go out.
I don't hate
stage is not a bad Magic card.
Not at all, especially in a budget mono red deck that needs some card advantage.
Yes. All right, we got a couple more rampy type stuff.
Ramp instances, sorceries, yeah. So, Growth Spiral. This card is insanely good.
It's behind us if you're watching on YouTube.
It is absolutely insanely good. I love the art, and so it costs green blue for an instant. Draw a card, you don't take anything. Then you can put a land from your
Say what it does.
I'm saying it. You can put a land from your hand into play.
Great. Any land, it's ramp, it's card draw. It could be. Can't really be both, but it's ramp or it's card draw. It's a cantrip or it ramps you, or it's a cantrip and then you ramp.
How is it not both?
It can be both, but it's not card draw and. It's a good card. It's about as good as, actually it's better than Explore, which is 1 and a green for the same effect, but it's a sorcery.
Yeah.
If you're a turbo lands deck, you want as many of these stupid cards that we're about to list as you could possibly fit in.
So Ghost Spell is just, I love the art of Ghost Spell so much.
It makes it more appealing. If it had really bad art, I think people would overlook it.
Yeah, a little more.
Because
Ghost Battle's seeing a lot of standard play right now with Field of the Dead.
Not anymore.
I mean,
Wah, wah.
not anymore.
You made it too good in standard, and they banned it. Oko's next. We got to talk about every format except for Commander.
We've talked more. Okay, to be fair, it's been about 2% other formats, 98%.
Yeah,
Commander.
but that's not what the comments are going to say.
Oh, yeah. You guys got so off topic.
Unsubscribe. Okay. Harrow, 2 and a green for an instant as an additional cost. Sacrifice a land. Search your library for 2 basics. They can be different types if you want, and put them into play untapped.
Yeah, this card is so good because they come in untapped.
So this card only functionally costs 1 mana.
I think it was
Sack one of your tap lands for it.
I played like 3 ramp spells in 1 turn because of this card.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I was doing.
This is a budget Nature's Lore.
I think
Rock Monster decks, Tassiger decks, you put cards in the graveyard while also ramping you. Any deck that wants that.
It's not even like this. This card is just wanted in certain decks. Like,
Well, yeah,
besides being
even
budget,
even non-budget.
yeah, like you said, in the Gitrog Monster deck, you probably just want this card.
3 mana draw card,
Other
and
than-
then you can ramp yourself.
Unless you're playing the hyper competitive win, trying to.
We're not talking about that.
Okay, exactly.
Another
So,
different format.
Then another different form. Then you're playing Harrow. It's a great card.
Yeah, Harrow's really good. Super great filler. Cultivate. We do not play this card much.
I played in the deck or two.
Yeah, but some people are like, this is a staple, but in budget, this is absolutely a staple. 2 and a green, search your library for 2 basics. 1 goes into play tapped. 1 goes in your hand. Perfect on turn 3 if you're missing a land drop. You just feel great.
Kodama's Reach is the same thing, but it costs more than $1. Get it out of here.
Get it out of here.
Next.
Garbage.
Fireseek.
Garbage.
Fireseek.
Yes.
Fireseek is the next card because we're not talking about garbage. 1 in the green, search your library for a non-forest.
A plains, island, mountain, or swamp.
Yeah, I didn't want
Those are the 4 that aren't forest.
I know, but it's just for some reason it wasn't registering in my head what they were. So you can get one of those. You can get shocks with this. You can get other types of dual lands with this. You can literally get duels with this.
Comes into tapped cycling lands. Your Battle for Zendikar lands. Those are all super cheap.
What are they called?
Battle lands, Tangle lands.
Tangle lands, whatever.
They're called something.
I'm calling them the Tangle lands. I think they're called the Battle lands. I'm calling them the Tangle lands.
Battle
That's
lands.
important.
Battlelands is as lame as Battle for Zendikar was. The name. Like, come on. If that set didn't have expeditions, it would be worse than Dragon's Maze.
Oh, for sure. Urban Evolution. This costs 3 blue, green for a sorcery, or is it instant?
Sorcery. It's the super growth spiral.
Yeah, it is. I thought it was a sorcery. Draw 3, then you can play an additional land this turn.
It's really expensive, mana-wise, but if your deck wants to jam extra lands, and you're this blue-green card draw land ramp deck, you probably want this.
This is a card I can see not even being on a super budget and be like, I want this card.
Think about it. It really only costs 4 mana because the land you play is an extra land that you wouldn't have gotten. So it's
That's fair.
a 4 mana card draw spell.
Tetiova decks might want a card like this,
Seems like they would. They just want every way to play extra lands possible.
especially because Tetiova is a budget commander.
Isn't
Tetiova's a budget bomb?
Tetiova is a messed up card.
It's-
That deck is, if you untap with it, whew, that card is ridiculous.
Sometimes when you don't untap with it,
Well, you go, okay, explore, draw 2 cards. Play an extra land, then you draw 2, and then you play another card that lets you play an extra land, and then you draw more cards, and then you play a ramp spell, and you draw more cards. Like,
oh my goodness, the Tetiova you just get to jam all that ramp because the ramp turns into draw.
I'm wondering if you can just play Aetherflux Reservoir in that deck because you're storming off with ramp cards. every card in your deck is just cultivate.
Also, you gain life off of drawing.
Yeah,
Too.
it helps you even more.
Circuitous Route. This one gets gates.
Yeah, it's the best, one of the best versions you can play of Skyshroud Claim, which is 3 and a green. Search for 2 forests. They come in untapped. But Circuitous Route is 3 and a green. Search for 2 basics or 2 gates, or a gate and a basic or whatever, and they go and play tap. So this color fixes you pretty well. This seems like good ramp in a 5-color budget deck, 4-color budget deck, even a 3-color budget deck.
I mean, yeah. The biggest downside of this card is inside this deck now is gates.
You now have gates.
That's definitely the biggest downside to this card.
But just to touch on Pioneer again, Maze's Endscape Shift. How is that not the coolest thing ever? I'm so ready for that.
That sounds like a horrible.
That just sounds like I will throw up in my mouth. All right, this card is really good. Shamanic Revelation.
Why is this in the card draw?
I don't know. 3 green for Shamanic Revelation. It's a sorcery. Draw a card for each creature you control. But wait, there's more. For each creature you control with power 4 or greater, you gain 4 life.
That's just bonus gravy.
That is a lot of bonus gravy. You can just gain like 12 life randomly. And there's a card, I don't know the name of it, but it's 4 green. Draw a card for each creature you control. We'll put it on screen. It's better than that card. And it has this tacked on gain couple life bonus.
Yeah, because they wanted to push whatever. What was that ability called?
Ferocious.
Ferocious. Wow.
And then it was Holy crap. What was the other one? Can you tell me from Dragons?
What?
There was Ferocious was if you control a creature power 4 or greater. But then there was one where if your creature's total power is 8 or more. No. Formidable?
Formidable.
I think it's
It's
formidable.
formidable. It is formidable.
It sounds just like Ferocious. That's what a dumb keyword.
Why would they use another F word?
Lame. I had an F word for you. Fun!
Woohoo! Now we got mostly 1-for-1 removal spells. Mortify, Putrefy. These are cards that, if you're not in the budget, we don't suggest. But
No.
when you get on that budget, we do suggest
They're
them.
going to be fine. Mortify is 1 black, white, destroy a creature or enchantment. Putrefy, 1 black, green, destroy an artifact or enchantment. Whatever one you see more of if you're playing Abzan, I wouldn't play both.
In a budget deck, I might.
I think there's better stuff. In a budget deck, I'm just playing stuff like... I want to just kill creature for 1 mana instead of this weird flexible thing. Or play Nature's Claim instead. Nature's Claim, budget bomb. Destroy an artifact or enchantment for 1 green, instant. Its controller gains 4 life. The 4 life doesn't matter. Nature's Claim is freaking amazing.
It is. It's really good. Some more cards.
Some more cards. Terminate. One of the black, red. What is it? Black, red. Destroy a creature. Can't be regenerated.
I believe what he meant to say was black, red, target creature, destroy target.
We both suck. That's what you get for trying to get me.
It destroys a creature that can't be regenerated for a black and a red. It's a good card. It's a strong card.
Is Fire Covenant a budget bomb?
No.
It's like $1.02, isn't it? Or $1.12.
I think it's up to like $2.
I think the Nitpickers caused that card to spike because of how much we play it in every deck possible. D-Spark is black-white for an instant. Exile target permanent. Mana cost 4 or greater.
Yeah. This card is always going to be a mana advantage because
It's always a mana advantage, obviously, because it's 2 and it hits 4 or more. It hits most things. It won't hit utility creatures, and it won't hit tiny commanders. If there's, this Anafenza is really getting me down. Well, this D-Spark can't hit it, but it's really good on, off of cards like Sunforger.
the worst format to put your D-Sparks in was Tiny Leaders.
Actually, you never could because Tiny Leaders died years ago.
that format was awful.
Oh, it was fun for a minute.
It wasn't.
Then it was Legacy Light, and then it was not fun.
Crackling Doom. This costs black, red, white. Each opponent sacrifices the biggest creature, biggest power creature they control, and each of them lose 2 life.
As a bonus, it just deals 2 damage to each of them.
Yeah. So
Just a nice little cherry on top. This card has card advantage. It's not 1-for-1. So I'm always playing this in Mardu decks because it's just really good.
you know what gets this?
It gets through Indestructible. It gets through Hexproof. It gets through everything.
I mean, if they're the biggest power creature.
Doesn't get through Sigarda.
Yeah, Sigarda laughs and I mean, just Sigarda just like does like
I would still cast it because the other 2 players still have to sacrifice.
does
creature.
the anime laugh like
Is that the anime laugh?
kind of.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't do anime, so
I don't.
sorry. Rakdos Charm, black red for an instant. Choose 1, exile target player's graveyard. Each creature deals 1 damage to its controller. We'll get back to that. Or destroy target artifact. The baseline is destroy target artifact. That's always going to be relevant. Exiling graveyards is a nice other ability because you can really blow somebody out. But dealing 1 damage to a creature. Each creature dealing 1 damage to its controller is so spicy. Oh, make infinite guys, huh? You're dead. Oh, nice Rise of the Dark Realms, huh? You're dead. Weirdly, though, if the creature has lifelink, then they gain life.
That is true. They'll just lose it and gain it immediately.
So if they cast a spell that gives all their creatures lifelink in response, like Jeskai Charm,
it would counter it.
it counters your Rakdos Charm.
Essentially.
Whatever. That's not relevant.
Yeah.
Say words. My turn. My turn's over.
I mean, you were just talking about Rakdos Charm. I didn't really have anything to say.
I was just going off.
Reality Shift. This card is actually insane. It's so good. Costs 1 on the blue for an instant. Exile target creature, then they manifest the top card of the library. Manifest means the top card of the library becomes morphed, basically. It's a 2/2 colorless.
And if it's a creature, they can pay its mana cost to flip it.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah.
That's not relevant.
It's really not relevant. You want to blow somebody out? How did you get blown up, Beezy?
I already described it on the Kaikar video, which you weren't here for.
I would have added it, and I forgot about it.
Yeah, I cast the card Vampiric Tutor, and I had a Sarah Ascendant in play. So he went, on the upkeep, Reality Shift you. Oh, my card that tutored is now a 2/2 crap thing. And my creature's gone.
And your creature is also a 2/2 crap thing.
Yeah, it gets around Indestructible. It's super efficient. Blue doesn't get this, mainly.
No,
Just blue doesn't have this.
the only other, they have like Pognify.
But then even that destroys it. And they make it 3/3. So this is just, I'd rather pay 2 mana to make it a 2/2. 3/3 starts to hurt.
Exiling is where it's
3/3 starts to hurt if you don't have any defense. I've found.
yeah. They go boop, and you're like take 3. I'm going to die
Or it's
soon.
like, take 2. I got like 10 years before this thing starts hurting me.
Also easier to block. Death Sprout. This costs, is it black, or green? 1, black, green. Destroy target creature. It can't be regenerated, I believe?
No.
Whatever. You can put a land from your hand into play.
No. It's 1 black, green. Destroy target creature. It's an instant. Search your library for a land. Put it into play tapped.
I'm sorry.
It's better. It's searches. You find any... color fixes you if you really want to.
That's true. But
If you're paying black, green for a spell, now you colored fix.
You were having trouble before. Now get that island for your test.
This is cheap enough that I really like it for budget.
Also, the art's insane.
This card had worse art. People would overlook it.
I mean,
Thanks, Seb McKinnon.
Yeah, Sam McKinnon saving this card from obscurity.
And your redheads in the city doing various things.
Whatever he wants them to do. We already talked about that one. Return to nature. This is naturalized, but also it has a little bit of upside.
What is naturalize?
Naturalized destroys an artifact or an enchantment.
So what does this
for
do
1 and a
extra?
green. This does extras. It can also exile a card from a graveyard, which can randomly be a blowout.
This card is just a charm. There's 3 modes, and they're all bad. Because you don't want to pay 2 mana to destroy just an enchantment. But the flexibility is what makes it playable in budget decks.
Yeah, it's again, all about budget.
All about budget, specifically for this one.
I wonder if is Back to Nature a cheap card if you're playing if your whole meta is filled with enchantments.
It's a weird meta. I don't want to play in that meta. By Force is the last card. X and red, destroy X target artifacts. This card is overlooked because of how good Vandal Blast is. But if you can't afford Vandal Blast, then you absolutely want this card. And don't play Subterranean Tremors. This card's still better.
What's Subterranean Tremors?
It's the X and a red deal. Destroy X artifacts. No. X and a red, if X is 4 or more, destroy all artifacts. And if it's 8 or more, you make it 8/8.
8 or more? That's so many.
Yeah, I don't know. That card's weird. But By Force is really great. You can fire it off for 3 mana, get a 2 for 1. That's great. Fire it off for 7 mana and just completely Plague Wind your opponent's artifacts.
That's not Plague Wind.
I specified.
It's just not a Plague Wind. You mean Vandal Blast? There's literally a card you could have compared it to.
Yeah, I actually already compared it to that, and then I forgot.
Some board wipes.
Mostly.
These are cheap board wipes. Time Wipe.
This card's great.
What is one? Read it.
No, you read it.
I don't know. I believe it costs 2 blue, white.
Probably. I don't know.
You don't know?
Return target creature you control to its owner's hand, and then you destroy all creatures.
It's a sorcery. Board wipes are usually sorceries. Not always, but mostly. Cyclonic Rift being the exception.
That card's fun.
Yeah, it's really fun. Everyone loves Cyclonic Rift. Tragic Arrogance costs...
We're not going to talk about Time Wipe. If you have a creature you want to protect, like your commander, if you're playing a blue-white control deck, and you have a commander that costs 4 or less mana, you definitely want this.
It's really...
Protects your commander, saves you mana later, and just blows everything up.
It's really awesome in a Tigum deck.
Tigum, yeah, because it's rebound.
Yeah, so you wipe the board, bounce your
attack
commander.
with Tigum, poke somebody for 3. Cast this, it gains a rebound. Blow everything up. Don't have to play Tigum next turn. And then blow everything up again.
Now play Tigum.
Yeah, now you play Tigum again on a fresh board. Card's sweet. Tragic Arrogance is such a good Magic card.
Oh, this one is a weird...
3 white for a sorcery. For each permanent among types that a player controls, you choose 1, and they sacrifice the rest.
Yeah, it's weird.
Keep your best stuff. They keep their worst stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Their worst Planeswalker. Their worst artifact. If they have an artifact creature, that
can count as both. Oh, you have a Walking Atlas that doesn't do anything anymore? Well, you can have it and lose all your other creatures and artifacts.
But it doesn't say artifact on it.
That's not relevant. Card's great. I think it's better than Wrath of God or Damnation or anything like that. Any 4 mana Wrath. I like it better than Supreme Verdict, too. At me.
Yeah, I mean, that's not that controversial.
No, it's not that bad.
Like, even if it's not more powerful, it's very close. So it doesn't. So it's not even like, oh my god, he's saying something so controversial. I can't believe he's saying that.
No, the controversial thing I said was, it doesn't matter. Okay, Casualties of War. That's 2 black, green, right?
Yes.
Sorcery, you can destroy a creature, artifact, enchantment, planeswalker, or land. Or all of them.
Yeah.
It's not a board wipe, but it's just the best version of Hex we'll ever see.
Yeah.
Destroy 1 of everything. It's a playable version of Decimate. I think Decimate's pretty bad.
Yes, being able to choose with this card, not to do one, makes it much better than Decimate.
And I love the splash damage of, get that land out of there.
Randomly.
I think that's probably the reason you want to cast it. is, oh, there's a Cabal Coffers thing. Well, I'm going to cast this, and then I'm just going to get like 4 more things.
I love the
Splash
idea.
damage.
I'll kill Cabal Coffers. I'll kill that Elspeth.
Yeah.
I'll kill
Your
commander.
Kill your Mind's Eye, whatever. I don't know what kind of cards you're playing, but they're dead.
I was just naming like really good things. Kill your
Oh, you just burned Mind's Eye so hard. It's a budget card.
Mind's Eye? It's
Yeah,
not
we-
even a budget card.
Is it not?
No.
It's a card people play.
It's a card
It's
people
a card
play.
people have spent money on.
That card's bad.
You negate 3 white for a sorcery. Destroy all creatures. You gain 1 for each creature destroyed this way.
This is just in a
This,
control deck that's budget. It's great. This hit's really good.
yeah, it's rock solid. It's going to get you back. Your life total is going to go up by 10 or so.
Yeah, exactly. Gaining life when you're in a control
Buying
deck,
time.
super
Not
cool.
necessarily gaining life, but buying time
Well, yeah.
is good. And
life,
this happens to do that in the form of life.
yeah, life is time in EDH.
Tribal life gain decks? Sure, play this over Day of Judgment. Why not?
The
Okay,
one man on a board wipe is not that big of a difference.
No, 4 to 5, I don't tend to notice much of a difference.
Charms.
This, yeah, we got, how many more cards we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 more, and then we're done. There's
it?
a lot of us sorceries.
Yeah, but these ones are easy and quick to list. These are charms.
Why don't we just read what the charms do and say for every single one, they're versatile, they're 3 bad cards stapled together into a good card. Play them if you're on budget.
Yep. Naya charm. This one can.
Red, green, white, deal 3 to a creature, return a card from your graveyard to your hand, or tap all creatures target player controls.
I'm just gonna say you don't have to say the mana cost. They're named after the shard
most
or
of them.
wedge.
Abzan charm. You either draw 2, lose 2, exile target creature power 3 or greater, or you put 2+1 count. Distribute 2+1/+1 counters among creatures you control.
Yep. Bant charm. Counter target instant. Put target creature on the bottom of his owner's library, or destroy target enchantment.
Artifact.
Oh, it's an artifact. One of them is enchantment.
Esper charm.
Esper is the enchantment.
Esper charm. Draw 2 cards, target player discards 2, destroy target enchantment. Croesus' charm. Black, red, blue. Bounce target permanent. Destroy target non-black creature, can't be regenerated, or destroy target artifact. That one I don't mind as much. Golgari charm. Black, green. I love this card, actually. This is one of my pet cards.
Why'd you say black green?
I don't know, because I like this card. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Regenerate each creature you control. Counter target board wipe. Or, oh god, destroy target enchantment is the other one.
Except for damnation.
Yeah.
That's the closest we come to swearing, really, on this is damn.
Nation.
That damnation.
All right, you get one more.
Stoltite charm. This one destroys target monocolored creature, which is a weird.
Ultimate price.
Yeah, it's really strange. Draw 2, discard 1. Destroy target enchantment.
Artifact or enchantment.
It does both. Darn you!
Yeah,
Darn you,
let's
charms for random.
We'll play the guess which permanent this card destroys. We'll play that game later. All right, a couple of... This is just miscellaneous. I'm not going to lie to you. Overwhelming Stampede. 3 green, green. Better than Overrun. Creatures you control get +X, where X is the biggest power among creatures you control.
Okay. For those people who are saying they want budget bombs to be swinging the game in your favor, this is a budget bomb.
Oh, you have a 6/6? Your creatures get +6/+6 budget bombs.
Budget bombs.
Seriously.
I mean,
Really great
if
card.
you're playing an outball deck,
Galta,
absolutely.
Elf Ball,
This is definitely a very budget version of what's it called?
Crater Hoof
Of
Behemoth.
Crater-
This is the 1-for-1 budget swap.
Yes. It is
If you're going wide, even if it only gives +2/+3, it's still better than Overrun. Costs less green.
yeah, that's true.
Card's great.
Death to the Deathless. This costs X, white, black. Each player loses X life, or each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life. Or
No.
it's triple X.
No.
What?
Each opponent loses 2 times X life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. You keep making cards way wordier. I'm glad you're not playing or making Magic cards. You made all the alpha cards. You made River of Tears. That's what you made.
Regrowth, 1 in the green, return target card from your graveyard to your hand.
This card's not better than Eternal Witness.
It's not.
We did a whole video on it.
Yep, we did a whole video on
That
it.
video did well.
The video did do well. And that video is good.
This is a budget version of Eternal Witness, obviously. It's just fine. If you want 2 copies of it, play both.
Yeah.
If you care about sorceries, play both. Playing Riku of 2 Reflections, play this card. Go crazy.
What's next?
Mystic Retrieval is next. It's 3 and a blue for a sorcery. Return target instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand, and then it has flashback for 2 and a red.
Yep.
There's another one of those cards where if it gets discarded, you don't care. It's cheaper on the other side. Get back your ridiculous card draw spell. Get back your counter spell. Protect yourself. Super versatile.
Very, very versatile.
Every deck can afford 4 or 5 of these flex spots that just draw cards.
Ooh, how about this new one? This is a newcomer from the latest set.
Yes, it is.
We have Dance of the Manse. X, white, blue, sorcery. Return.
Let's see if you can get the exact text.
I don't think I get the exact text. Return X artifact or enchantments from your graveyard.
Non-aura enchantments.
Obviously non-aura enchantments.
You whiffed.
I thought that was obvious. I thought everyone knew that.
Yeah, it was.
From your graveyard to the battlefield.
Okay.
Where with convert mana cost X or less.
Okay.
If X is 6 or greater, they're also 4/4 creatures.
Sure. This card's fine. Self-mill artifacts enchantments. You know it when you want it.
You know, the deck when you know the deck that you have that wants this card.
Yes. Card's perfectly fine.
It's a lot of card advantage.
It can be for sure.
If you're
the standard deck plays Guild Globes and your stupid maybe Brago even. There's a Brago artifacts and enchantments deck that wants this.
Oh, probably yeah, because Brago.
Your Guild Globes and your Prophetic Prisms that just enter and draw a card, and you sacrifice them later for value.
I always think Pathetic Prism. Pathetic Prism.
All right. I was going to talk about Battle Box, but that's another format, so no. Unburial Rites, 4 and a black, reanimate target creature from your graveyard. 3 and a black flashback. Card's great.
The white's the flashback. 3 and a white flashback.
I said that.
You said black. 100%.
I think I did. Check the tapes. Show me the receipts.
I can, and I will.
A really solid card in budget. It's expensive, but the flashback mitigates that. Cut to Ribbons. Cut is 1 and a red for sorcery. Deal 4 to a creature. That's probably going to kill a creature. And then the aftermath is Ribbons, which is my vote for best card name ever. X black black. Each opponent loses X life.
That's not the best card name ever.
What beats Ribbons?
There's a lot of dumb ones.
Ribbons.
What's a dumb name for a card? Earth.
Earth is not dumber than Ribbons.
I mean,
maybe we can do a Twitter poll on what the dumbest back half of an aftermath card is, but it's probably Ribbons.
Bust is pretty dumb.
Ribbons. Ribbons. I just picture like flag twirler ribbon people just kind of going crazy.
That's not
that type of like a parade. Like there's ribbon twirlers.
I don't think that's what this Ribbons is.
That's what ribbons are. The card's great.
That's what some ribbons are.
It does double duty. If it gets milled, you can always cast it later. You're usually not casting ribbons, but if you have to, it's there. That's why it's so good.
Yeah, also, if you're playing like a Ball Crawford's deck, it could be for a lot.
The versatility is great. And I think that's where we can end it and just go right into, if you want to buy any of these cards, you can use TCG Player because we have an affiliate link in the description of the YouTube video, not the podcast. Deal with it. Buy cards through the link, support the channel, win-win.
Exactly. You're supporting us. You're helping us. You're getting the cards you want. I mean, TCG Player is a good place to go. They have good prices. They have very good prices.
Great cards at competitive prices.
Woohoo!
Who else supports the channel?
Well, these are our favorite people in the whole wide world.
28 of them.
There's 28 patrons.
Wow.
They go to patreon.com/nitpicking nerds every day to look at how they're supporting us.
They just gaze longingly into our eyes because we're like posed like a sitcom.
Well, we are back to back.
We're back there like, we'll never get along. And we
These
usually
two,
don't.
They're exact opposites.
One's tall and the other one's messy.
Is that the only trait? That's my defining trait. They don't see that.
See, we don't get along. Okay, that's where you can go to patreon.com.
Yep, so they all support us. We love them all as much as we can without making them uncomfortable. It's approaching uncomfortability, but we're not quite
I think
there.
some of them are uncomfortable with Disclaimer Guy, but we don't care.
Somebody didn't like Disclaimer Guy.
Somebody didn't like Disclaimer Guy, which means 100 people didn't like Disclaimer Guy. We're doing our thing, but we got to go because our podcast is over.
We don't have to go. You have to shout out one of our patrons.
At random?
Yep.
Let's go to the Patron Randomizer. Jonas Vincent, because I don't think you've gotten a shout out, and I hope you don't feel forgotten because we appreciate all of our patrons. We literally talk to them all on Discord every day. Wish I could talk to them all on Discord. They're all on Discord. We talk to all of them at various points. Obviously, they're not on all day.
Yeah, we all 28 of us, or 30 because they count us too. We sit on Discord all day and we chat about girls and guys. Oh, boys and girls.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say girls, but I guess that's probably not that fun for you.
No, it's not as fun.
It's a little less fun to gossip about girls. But we're done. That was a podcast. Hope you liked it. And we'll see you in whatever the next podcast is. Do the closing thing.
Peace out, Tribe Scout.